In this video, I wanted to talk about the Thorned Bloom artifact. So the Thorned Bloom artifact is the legendary artifact for the Earth element, meaning you can equip it to any of your Earth element slimes, which there are quite a few. So having this leveled up, definitely not a bad idea, just because we have like Yamlet and Willer, both actually you're probably going to use at some point. Vainly you're going to have upgraded, but you're not really going to use him in battle necessarily. So the Thorned Bloom artifact, really its skill effect, which I'll showcase in a minute, but its skill effect actually probably isn't as good as the Grasp of Ivy one. The Grasp of Ivy Vine Entanglement one is kind of cool and a little more effective. I'll show that in a separate video. But for the Thorned Bloom artifact, the skill effect is this Cursed Thorn. So every 19 seconds, 3 Thorn domains will appear randomly in the combat area for 2.3 seconds. Enemies inside have their speed reduced by 23%, and then normal and elite enemies are going to take 2.3% of their maximum HP as damage per second. Now notice, because these thorns are only going to be in the area for 2.3 seconds, really it's not going to deal that much damage to any normal and elite enemies caught in that area. But this does scale as you upgrade the skill effect, so as you keep breaking through the artifacts and leveling it up, it does get a lot better. So the reason why the Thorned Bloom artifact, even though its skill ability isn't really as cool as the Grasp of Ivy, even though really it's still a pretty good artifact, and the one I would actually pick over the Grasp of Ivy, just because neither one of these are necessarily game breaking in any aspect. Like for the water element, that epic Bottle of Clarity, that one has a pretty substantial just cool effect when compared to the legendary artifact. But really, where neither of these are super great, the reason you would want to go for the legendary artifact is just because of how much more it just scales, just because it is a legendary artifact. So you can see right here, I have it at level 30. If I had it at level 31, then I would be at about 4,800 attack, and then we're close to 56, just under 5,600 HP. Where if I go to my epic water artifact, I have this at 2 stars, so starring it up actually would give it a substantial boost as well. So even with a star less, if I were to upgrade this, it would just really surpass where the epic artifact is. So the epic artifact definitely does have a lot less stats, which makes it so important to upgrade. But really, as far as the artifact ability, so if we want to get in here, I have Yamlet equipped, and then I'm going to go into battle, and then we're just going to pick this one, and I have it at 1.5 speed, just because this 19 seconds does take a bit for it to actually occur. But now that we're close, I'm going to slow it down here, and those are those 3 little like thorn vine areas. They only last for a few seconds. Any enemies that cross into that area are going to get slowed down and deal some damage. We'll speed it back up for a minute, and you can see it just doesn't last that long. But so it's kind of a neat ability as far as it can technically slow enemies down and deal some little bonus damage, but it's not going to make that much of a difference at all. The real reason you're going to be using this artifact is just for the actual bonus stats it provides. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.